Hi, this is Max. Today I want to share some tips and tricks for modeling in Maya in VR. First of all, I want to import some reference images. So I open the Window menu and open the RefPic window. Here I select an image from my hard disk to use as an image plane. As you can see, transparency in images is supported. I can manually move the image plane by dragging it by its title bar, but to be precise, I'm using the buttons in the dialog to set the proper orientation and center it in the scene. I only want it to be a bit higher, so I lock it in the current plane by clicking the lock icon and moving it up just a bit. I can hold the Alt button to increase the precision when dragging, so I can make it fit just right. And now I click on the lock icon again to lock it completely. Finally, I hit the Save button in the dialog to save the position in the Maya scene, so it isn't lost when I restart Maya. Now, to sketch out the general shape, I'm using the Pencil Curve tool. This allows me to create Maya NURBS curves in 3D by just drawing them. In the tool settings, I can control the smoothness of the curve and activate mirroring. This way I can make a freeform sketch very fast and intuitively. But if you want more deliberate curves, you can use the EP Curve tool. With this tool, you can place the edit points in 3D by just pressing the controller trigger. When I press the Alt button, I can also see and edit the control vertices, and I can click on the first or last control vertex to finish the curve and start a new one. Clicking on the first point would close the curve into a loop. In the tool menu, I can also enable snapping to make sure that curves connect properly. That's important if you want to create NURBS surfaces, such as via loft or bi-rail, which you can find in the NURBS menu as well. For example, with the bi-ray 2 tool, as you know from Maya, just click the profile curve 1 and 2, and then the rail curves 1 and 2. But for now, I'll be using polygons for modeling. So let's put the curves on a new layer so they don't get in the way. Open the Window menu and select the Layer Editor. Select all the curves. And click New from Selected. Now I can set the layer as a reference or hide them. For the 3D mesh, I use the Polydraw tool. Here I just use the trigger button in space to place vertices, and hold the Shift button and with the trigger button click inside a quad to create a polygon. As you can see, again, symmetry is supported. If I can't select the polygon well, I can also hold Shift and Alt and the trigger button to select the vertices manually. Now, by holding Alt and dragging an edge, I can extrude that edge, and I can even hold the Shift button and extrude the whole edge segment. How tolerant Marui is with selecting the edges can be configured in the tool settings. If you need to join or merge vertices, just hold the Alt button and drag one vertex onto another. Now, since the low poly shape is not very smooth, I activate Smooth Display. This is what you know from Maya's normal user interface when you press the 1, 2 or 3 button. Of course, some edges should be hard, so I switch to Edge mode, select the edges and crease them. But so far, this is just the display setting. The underlying geometry is still very coarse. So I open the Polygon menu and select the Smooth Polygon operation. Of course, once you increase the polygon count, it's not so easy anymore to make smooth changes. For that, you can use Maya's soft selection feature. For example, the Omni tool has this convenient button to activate soft selection, and by dragging it in and out, you can change the selection radius. With this, we can still make soft changes to the shape. For the wheels, I'll just start with a cylinder. In the channel box, I make sure that the rotation is precise. Then I select the edge loop, either by selecting one edge and extending it to the edge loop, or by double-clicking it with the trigger. And apply a bevel. The bevel shows up in the channel box, so I can change details about it. I can also insert an edge loop with the edge loop tool. Note that the wheel isn't mirrored yet. We can easily do that by just duplicating it. Here's the copy. And using the transform menu's flip function. Great! Now you know the basics of using Maya in VR for modeling. Please let me know if you have any questions and enjoy Marui!